recording. All right, so we're recording. Hi guys, how's everybody tonight?
Hi.
Good. Good. We're good.
Did you guys get on the leadership call tonight?
Yep.
I didn't get a chance.
Watch the recording. It's pretty cool. So actually, it was all about offering the entire trilogy. You were on, Gina?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, I was too.
March?
Yep, I was there.
I had to leave in the middle, but I was there for the beginning.
Yeah, me too. So it was interesting because one of the women who went integrated presidential, Whitney Kell's been around for a while. So, just the full offering, it's so important. There are so many people out there that not only just need the physical part, but really need the emotional and the financial. So it's always about recognizing that you could be the entry point might be weight, but then people uncover the fact that there's other areas of their life that they're out of balance with. And some people will just eat the food and be happy, and other people will want to engage in the other aspects of the trilogy. So just always be mindful about what that person's looking to do. Obviously, if the person is saying, I don't need emotional or financial, then they just need the physical. But mostly everyone needs what we have. It's just to what degree they want to engage and build a business or just help a few people. So it was just very interesting to just see that. What were some of your guys' thoughts? Takeaways?
There was the last couple was just so excited. It's been 2 years and they were very skeptical and they didn't really want to start it. And then when they jumped in, it just went boom. They were ministers and they just started, they were shocked.
Right.
They first made AD and got that first bonus and they were jumping up and down going, oh my God, we can really make money at this.
Yeah.
But they also said that it was 6 months of nonstop, no TV, nothing, 7 days a week. They were in the grinds, making it work to make it where they are now.
Well, right, and that was their priority.
No, and that was their priority. No,
right.
That's okay. Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Yep.
I have not turned my TV on during the day.
What's that?
I have not turned my TV on during the day in 2 months. My husband
really?
turned it on. I don't watch it ever anymore.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Hold on 1 second, guys. Sorry, my dog's barking. Give me 1 second. You want to go outside much?
I never put my TV on during the day.
I use it. Yeah, I use it as white noise. I work from home.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I work from home full time.
Uh-huh.
So white noise.
I thought we would talk tonight a little bit about new clients and how to onboard them. I think it's really important. And it's good training for us to really, to know exactly what the steps are when we onboard someone and we set them up. So, we're building relationships with people and then they say out of the blue, okay, I'm ready. And oftentimes that first time they may or may not want the kit. So we always offer the kit, the on-the-go or the optimal with the habits of health. But if they don't want it for any reason, we'll customize for it. And I just want to make sure everyone knows that in order to get the 5 free boxes, the minimum you have to put in the cart is they have to buy 15 boxes. They'll get 5 free shipping, and they get rewards off of their next order. Mm-hmm. So the minimum boxes in total is 20, and they'll get 5 for free. So if someone's doing a 5-in-1, 20 boxes is 4 weeks. 22 boxes is usually a month. And that's always the way we really want to guide it. But like Gina had a situation today where the person just wanted 12 boxes and she insisted. So, the client's need is always going to trump what we think,
Right. And I explained the whole thing to her.
Right.
And she only wanted to try it 2 weeks to see if she liked it first.
Right, and even then, they can return it within 30 days, but a lot of people are still kind of skeptical. Right. So that's the first step. And then once they've ordered their food, what you want to always make them know is that you want to speak to them the night before they start. So when their box comes, if they intend to start the next day, then you want to spend 10 or 15 minutes on the phone with them, just making sure they know everything. Again, utilize your upline and your team above you until you feel comfortable to fly on your own. And really in that call, you want to cover not only the 5-in-1 and all of those things, but you also want to start setting the stage about what makes Optavia different. So you want to start getting into their minds about the fact that this is more than just eating the food, that this is about engaging in the community. And you do want to start to encourage them, open up your guide, type, text Optavia 30 to the number 99,000 so that they'll get text messages. I don't know if you guys have that, but I got texted
Yeah.
tonight about the leadership call. I get
Yep.
texts about the habits of health calls. So you want your clients to get set up on those text reminders. Very important.
Oh, I have to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Always tell them to text Optavia 30
I
to
love
the
those
number
texts.
99,000.
Yeah.
You also want to make sure that evening that they know that you're there and you have a family of coaches above you that in a week or two you might want to introduce them to. You definitely want them to know that it's bigger than just you and the food. You definitely want them to start getting the idea that this is a community and that you can make friends, that are also involved in Optavia, that are not only in your team, but in your uplines team or in our team. So, example is you might have a client that's a woman who just had a baby, and you may not have another woman that had a baby in your line, but maybe Rebecca has a client, and we always want to keep in mind how can we help this client get to where they want to be. And you'd be surprised, those little touches really mean a lot to people. And I really feel like I've built a really big business that way because people recognize that I go that extra mile for them. So like Craig came up, Craig wants to introduce his potential to someone. And I think that's great. I always think that, the more you could do for someone, we always want to make deposits before we take withdrawals. That's what I learned in relationships. It feels icky. Do you ever get those messages from people? Oh, I just started my business and will you buy my Tupperware? And these are people trying to get from you. They haven't even made a deposit on you. So
Right.
we don't want to do that. So the night before, we just want to let them know about this text campaign, about Dr. Anderson's books, and about the Better Together on Thursday nights and the Habits of Health calls. They're really, really key. And nutrition support. You want to let them
I have
know
to write
that
those things down.
nutrition support is very important. What's that?
I have to write them down so I want to send out like a general
Well,
email.
it's in the welcome email. So I don't know if everyone has that, but the welcome to Optavia email, if you don't have it, just let me know and I'll send it to you. Just message me. That email has, everything in it from the Lean and Green guide. What's that?
I have to send the email. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you send that email as soon as they order their food, you send that email. And in there on the very bottom has the Habits of Health calls. And I always encourage people, if they can't be on live on the Habits of Health, there are podcasts. And they can listen to them for free on iTunes. So there are past ones that they can just listen to. And even people, my clients who say they're too busy, I say, you're driving to and from work, engage your mind into the Habits of Health. It's as important to engage your mind and have that mind shift as it is. It's as important, if not more, than doing the 5-in-1 program. That's what you want to keep stressing to them. And it sounds cliche, but you always want to kind of get in touch with their why. And then sometimes you'll find, that they struggle. That's a time, again, put them in touch with your upline and your team, because sometimes you're their coach and you've kind of exhausted, and maybe someone will have like a fresh eyes or something. My biggest advice to you is get out of your own way. Ask them what they need. When they start the night before, have you reviewed everything? Do you have any questions? Before you start going into the whole spiel, you want to find out first. You want to make sure they opened it up and they started reading, and if they had any questions, just let them know you're there, to answer any of their questions. If they have any questions whatsoever, just text or message you and you'll get back to them.
Hey, Rachel.
Or on My Great Potential. What's that?
Hey, what's crazy is my last 2 clients, I sent out all these emails. I sent them text messages and just to, give them all the information, like, because Gail was really good about passing on information to me to pass on to. So I went through all these steps, and then I'd say, now, before, once your product shows up, let's set a start date, and then we'll go from there.
Right.
Well, I get the email, their product shows up. So I said, hey, I haven't heard from you. When do you want to start? Well, I started yesterday. So my last 2 clients, they just like jumped right in, and I contact them once or twice a week. And all I get is like, hey, I'm very happy. I'm losing weight and people are noticing. And, so it's like, I'm not doing nothing, so maybe I gave them too much information. I don't know, to kind of take my job away from myself. But it makes me feel good that they pretty much got everything they needed and they could start, so
Oh, that's great.
I know it's not the right way. And it's funny because my neighbor, his wife actually got the program for him.
Uh-huh.
Well, now I hear that she is eating the bars. So now he said, well, we got to place another order, but it's going to be larger because Justine is eating some of my food now. So she's on the quasi program. So she's even losing weight, but she's not really on the program. She's just stealing from him. And so they're just ordering extra food. So, I mean, what do you do something like that?
Well, that, first of all, I would actually open up another account for her because she'll get free food and it's only fair.
Right.
Because she's,
I'm working on that.
You can't help. Well, you just have him do, you just set up another account for her and place an order. But, I mean, she's quasi doing it. That's great. And the other thing, I mean, that's not a failure on your part. If they just want to start and not use the coach, there's not a lot you could do. But if that was the other thing I was going to talk to you about is, like, once you have, like, you want to also let them know from the beginning that once they're on this program, other people are going to start asking them about it.
Right.
And that's the time in which they can become a referral source to you, and you'd appreciate that. And that you would give them $25 on their account. If anybody that they refer sends, you send anybody my way that signs up. Now, the other thing about that is you want to also let them know how to refer. A lot of people don't know how to refer, so they'll just give somebody your phone number, and that person doesn't really know you. So a lot of times what you want to do is ask your clients, if with the person's permission, is it okay that you 3-way text us? So say your client, Rebecca, is with Margie, and Margie says, Rebecca, you look so great. What are you doing? Rebecca can say, well, I'll put you, is it okay? I'm doing XYZ. My coach Rachel's amazing. Do you want to contact her? And she says, yes. Say, well, how about I just 3-way text us right now? This way she has your information and you guys could talk to one another. That's just something you want to kind of set them up to do. Not if they say, oh, I don't know if I feel comfortable, no problem. But what you want them to also understand, especially if they're doing this a while, you got to recognize people are a little bit apprehensive about coaching. There's a lot of stuff out there, and they're afraid about the time commitment, and a lot of times human beings see a lot of stuff as negative. And what you want to make them understand is that some people in their sphere of influence are going to notice changes in them, and they're going to want to do the program. And you're going to say, great, I'll put you in touch with my health coach. But you got to remember, those people don't know your health coach. They know you. So they probably would prefer that you coach them. So that's the sort of stuff you want to start telling your client. You don't push it, but you kind of gently suggest, maybe you would think about doing this because, Margie knows you, Rebecca. You work together. You're probably going to wind up coaching her more than me, and I'm going to wind up making the money. Have you ever thought about maybe paying it forward and what that might do for you, or how that might help you in your own journey? So these are the kind of conversations you want to start having. And you want to be bold, and you want them to understand that, it's in their best interest to pay it forward whenever they're ready. And a lot of times you'll hear the story that people tell themselves, well, I'm not at my goal yet. Like everybody thinks they have to be an expert. And we all know right now, we're no experts. We're just, people who did it before them, and every day we're trying to do our best. And I think people, they respect that. you know, they see that there is really no all or nothing to this process. So it's never too early to let someone know, like, the opportunity is there for them. We can't decide when they're going to be ready. They might be ready in a week. I've had people want to coach a weekend. I have a girl who lost 150 pounds, and she told me coaching's not for her. And she works for the Department of Health. And she just doesn't want to do it. What could I do? I want to shoot myself. She's so great, but she doesn't want it. So it doesn't matter.
The guy talked to you about that potential.
Uh-huh.
I really believe he's going to sign up.
Right.
But he's just being very skeptical because he weighs 330 pounds and he's tried other things.
Uh-huh.
So, I'm just going to give him space. I still stay in contact, but I'm just going to give him some space because I don't want to lose him. And one of my clients, Mary, actually referred him.
Uh-huh.
And she said he needs to be on the program, and I'm going to get on his butt next time I see him, So, but, and then my neighbor, he works at UPS. There's a guy that he might be sending my way. So, and then my other client, she has other people noticing. So, because I think I've exhausted everybody I know, here, through Facebook and I'm new here to Arizona by meeting people. So I have some people in the works here, but I think my clients are going to be my biggest asset right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, 100%. But, the other thing is you're not nearly exhausted because you'd be surprised. I mean, if you post like once or twice a day, I still have people reaching out to me that never comment or do boo on my stuff. And just the other day, my best friend's sister-in-law, who I must have added her as a friend 6 years ago. She's one of those people that stalk and they don't comment. She messaged me out of the blue, okay, I'm ready. I want to do it. She said she's been watching me for 6 years and that her next door neighbor did it and just lost 30 pounds. And because her neighbor did it and she knew I was a coach, that's what pushed her over the edge. If her neighbor hadn't have done it, so you never know when it's going to be like that perfect storm of situations. So
yeah, true.
You just want to don't talk yourself out of still continuing to spread the word. If someone's annoyed by you, they will unfollow you. It's important enough to spread the word that this works. It's just that important. And the other thing is, I mean, Craig, you're a very friendly guy. You're going to meet people. I mean, we meet people. I meet people at the nail salon, the hair salon. You'll meet people in your travels.
Yeah.
You get your golf clubs or whatever,
when I go home in June, I have some relatives that kind of been sending me messages. So when I see them for 10 days in June, I'm going to hit a lot of my relatives that know what's going on. But I'm sure once they see me in person, because they haven't seen me in a year.
Right.
So I think a little face-to-face time might persuade a few. Now, one of my cousins, she really grilled me about, is Optavia part of Medifast?
Uh-huh.
And, well, if you Google it, it is. I mean, Medifast owns Optavia, correct?
Right, correct.
Yeah. So she kind of, I don't know, she's kind of I don't want to go there, but yeah, she's kind of a pain in the ass.
Right.
But I mean, she thinks she knows everything. So.
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to find people like that. And I mean, listen, our legacy is Medifast, and Medifast started 40 years ago by doctor prescription. And, very much like Optifast, it was just food and people left to their own devices failed. So there's no shame in us having been a Medifast and that we're under the umbrella of Medifast. The stock Medifast is flying. I mean, there's no shame in that, but you're always going to have those people that are critics or cynical. They're just afraid. And so you just have to let them know, look, I'm here if and when you're ready. The other thing about your relatives and what we have to always remember is, even if it's not, you don't want to insult someone. If it's not for them, they know 300 people. So what I always say is, like, you want them to be in the position to refer for you.
Right,
Listen,
exactly.
Joe, you know what I do now, and it may not be for you, but you know what? You go to church with 500 people. If in your travels you hear somebody saying that they can't get that baby weight off, or they just lost their job, or whatever, would you be, this has been such a blessing in my life. Like, I'm riding my bike and I feel so great now. I want to share this one with anyone who really is looking. Would you just give them, my contact and put them in touch with me?
Right. Yeah, that's why I think when I go home in June, because there's a couple hundred relatives I have back home.
Yep.
And most of them are friends on Facebook, and a lot of them don't comment about stuff. But I know they're seeing things because I talked to a buddy of mine. He never comments, but he said, man, you've done a hell of a job.
Yep.
Losing all that weight. He said, I wish I could. He's starting up a brewery right now, so he has no time to do it. But anyways, he gave me a nice compliment.
Wait. What did you just say?
He's starting up a brewery.
Yeah. He has no time to do it?
No.
If he has no time to do it, he has no time to eat.
Yeah.
It's easier than to eat.
I know, but I think it's costing him so much money. He's in the poorhouse right now. So.
Oh, well, that's a different story. But then, even then, he's spending money on food. But all I'm saying is again, these are excuses that people make, my friends.
Yeah.
The same people that are saying this are online, buying Louis Vuitton bags and going on cruises and all these other stuff. So trust me, we have money for the things we value.
That's right.
On stage at Optavia, God's my witness, selling blood plasma to do this program.
Yeah.
So
he's a good friend of mine from high school, and he told me that because I was kind of telling him about my business. He says, I said, I'm sure some people are tired of seeing my posts about. He said, who gives a shit what they think? He said, just keep posting. He said, just keep posting stuff, and and I used to always tell my employees, if 1 out of 10 people jump at it, well, that's one more than zero.
Well, exactly. And the other thing you have to remember is people are still skeptical of you. Like me, 6 years later, they know that I've kept it off, but they're still waiting to gain your weight back. So you just got to aim to stay and just continue to, post and spread the word, feel confident, and go live.
Yeah.
Go live, share your heart, let people look you in the eye, let them know your heart. And even your struggles, like Rebecca did today. Even if you're struggling, don't be uncomfortable to share that. You're human, but get out of your own way.
Hey, speaking of which, let me share something real quick.
Sure.
I was kind of struggling with myself, like what my purpose in life is.
Uh-huh.
So I took a spiritual test through the church.
Uh-huh.
And it was pretty amazing. My cousin's one of the pastors at the church, and he was, we went through the whole thing. He says, by all your numbers, your purpose is leadership, is to help people. He said, what did you do when you graduated? I joined the military. All right, you were helping people. When you were manager, you were helping people. So it's like everything I do. So everything kind of geared towards. So I guess spiritually and everything, I found out my purpose in life is to help people.
Right.
So that's why I've been refocusing my brain. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to help people.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it took a little soul searching for me to figure out what's going on in my life, and so it helped. So I just have to do it and move on.
Yeah, listen, I think it'll resonate with you tonight, what they were talking about today on the leadership call, because a lot of pastors and people in the church are really growing this business very fast. There's a lot of community, and this is to some degree is about community and ministry. And I think America's lost their way. There's a lot of disconnect with the internet and everything, and people are craving connection.
Yeah.
And so what you're doing is when these people are suspect or critical or scared, it's their amygdala. There's this little thing in your brain that kind of like first reacts and wants to protect you from danger. So first people want to know that you care before they want to know what you know. So they got to know that you care. That's the first important thing. So if you are questioning yourself, then that's your hesitation. You know your heart. If you know that you're not in it for any other reason but to help people, then just keep going forward, even if you get your licks,
Yeah.
We all do, trust me.
True.
As you guys all know, I've been going up and down and up and down, but the last week I've been up, and I get up every morning and say, I'm going to do it today. I'm going to reach people. I talked to 20 new people today and made like 30 new friends. And a lot of them may not join, or they might tell people about me, you know, but they know I'm a health coach now and I know what they do. And we've been talking, and I've really been focusing on just every morning getting up and going, I'm going to do what they say, at least 3 by 3 by 3. But today I did a lot. I mean, some days it might be 3 by 3 by 3, and I'm just trying to refocus my mind that I can do this. I've kind of had a mind shift, and hopefully it'll take off, because I have people who are now commenting that never have commented before and have
That's
coached me.
good.
Yeah.
So,
But but with me, it's the other way, because I hate social media. I hate Twitter. I hate Facebook. I hate Instagram. I hate it all. I really do. But I know it's important to the business. So that's where I struggle to find time, because usually I go on Facebook, I scroll down 1 or 2, 3 pages, I'm done, I get off, I'm done.
well, you're not supposed to scroll, actually.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in general, I just, I have better things to do in my life than look on my phone on social media pages. I just, that's why I'd rather be on the golf course or be somewhere and see somebody, hear a conversation, and then talk to people, because I'm more of a face-to-face guy.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I could do away with Facebook tomorrow. I mean, right now.
So there's people that built this business without social media. So
Right.
how about like just going to Chamber of Commerce things, or connecting with doctors or physical therapists, or just go that route if you really want to help people, or through the church. You don't have to do social media.
Yeah.
You could find other avenues, a BNI or a meetup group. What's that?
Donna, not Donna Small Dawn, but Donna, that other Donna.
Dawson?
Yeah, we were friends. She hasn't gotten anybody from Facebook. And all of a sudden she had 30 people in 1 month.
Wow.
It just went from her heart. That Donna that I was roommates last year. And
Yeah, how she found one person that knows a lot of people?
She had one person who she said asked to be a coach, and she says, I really don't want to be a coach, but I know a lot of people. Let's do something. So they had to get together. She signed up 7 that night. And from then on, everybody that she signed up has been recommending her, and it's just gone whoosh.
So there you go. You just need to know one person who knows everybody.
Right.
It only takes one person to
Right.
To take it
I
off.
haven't found one person yet, but it's there.
I know, there's somebody there.
No, but it's really true. JC is that person, right? Don Taranelli found JC. JC was that kind of person. He took off. So really, for Doug Wood, it was Dan Valentine. I'm just saying.
Maybe there's something. What I need is maybe some one-on-one on how to do it other than social media.
Yeah.
Like the right steps on how to approach it outside of social media.
Right.
Are there certain things I can and can't do, or say or can't say? So I guess I need details on how to approach. If I go to a doctor's office, what's the approach I use? When I start doing it that way,
Well, you just go to it. If it's your own physical doctor, you let him know what you did, and then you could just, drop off some information. There's marketing material, and you could also set up a call with JC since he's a doctor, and just say, listen, I'd love to serve your patients, and just get into what the program is and how it could bring value to his practice. Because doctors generally, in traditional medicine, unfortunately, they don't make great coaches. They don't really even have time to do their own practice. So they'll gladly refer you people who have like type 2 diabetes or cholesterol or. That's how Miriam Kahn grew her business through her cardiologist, which was my mother's cardiologist.
Yeah, so I guess those are the things I need to know, is like what type of marketing material, so that I guess I want to completely rework my business now, more geared towards the community.
Well, this is very important, okay? So Rebecca knows that I say this all the time, and I'll say it to all of you. You've got to build your business the way you feel comfortable.
Right.
You can't say or do something that sounds good when Rachel says it if it doesn't feel like it's real for you. I'm not going to go, oh, in Christ's name, or I'm Jewish. I'm just saying for an example, or amen, or, you have to do what feels, right for you. And if social media doesn't feel right, do not do it. Just go out in public and go to the meetups. There's meetup groups. There's BNIs. There's so many, wherever you go, if you go to car shows, just talk, talk about it.
One of the coaches was saying every time she went on vacation, she came back, signed up 5 to 10 clients. She was sitting on the beach around pool talking to people about, what do they do? And they were uncomfortable in their swimsuits and she was thin and they wanted it.
Yep.
She goes, I love going on vacation.
There you go. Well, because people are probably eating and drinking and they're sick of it. Yep. Absolutely. So, what's that?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. So anything else in closing? I just want to make sure everyone's good. I hope this was valuable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
All right, good.
All
All
right.
right. All right, have a good night, everyone.
Thank
too.
you.
Bye. Thanks. See ya. Bye.
Bye.